Welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV with a preview for the Leicester game on Friday night. Me, Kyle and Lee are making the journey down from the northeast to the Midlands. Just to say, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball tell you about all the incidents and all the results of the weekend's fixtures. Also give you all the information about Leicester versus Newcastle.
There's a game on every day this week, so give you stats for them as well.
Definitely Leicester v Newcastle on Friday night. Kicks off the Premier League. Kyle, Leicester in great form. We'll start with Leicester. You know, Brendan Rodgers has come in, he's left Celtic for Leicester. He's only lost one game since being in charge, and that was a 2-1 defeat to Watford. Just touch on that. Would you have left Celtic? Would you have left immortality for mediocrity?
In a heartbeat, mate. It's like, as it says on the radio last night, which links will be in the description for our version of that. Yeah, it's well worth it leaving Celtic, because Celtic are in their own little bubble up in Scotland, do you know what I mean? And I have all the respect in the world for Celtic and their supporters, especially on Champions League nights, fantastic, but up in Scotland it's like playing your 5-year-old on FIFA every week.
I can't imagine Rangers fans would be too happy about it.
It's just piss easy. Like, it's like putting Barcelona in the Championship and they kind of get promoted. That's basically what it's like. That's the quality in the up in Scotland. I mean, Celtic, if you put them in England, what do you think? What would they do?
I think they'll get relegated, to be brutally honest.
I think they'd get hammered in the Premier League, and I think
they'd hold their own in the Championship.
They'd hold their own in the Championship, which is a hard league in itself, and Rangers would be struggling at the bottom of the Championship as well. Like, no disrespect to Scottish League, but that's just the way it is, mate.
We'll touch back on Leicester though. Damari Gray, Harvey Barnes from the width. They're the main areas for me, considering DeAndre Allen has been really poor. The
flanks are. I'm worried about the Leicester flanks, mate. They've got Pereira and Damari Gray on one side and Harvey Barnes and Chilwell on the other. I mean, it's so dangerous. I mean, it could cause Newcastle a lot of problems, and especially that they've got James Maddison, Yuri Tielemans, and Didi. They're a very dangerous team, Johnny, and I am worried going into Friday. Like, they've got a lot of decent players there.
You've touched on Tielemans, you've touched on Maddison, but the main man for Leicester is Jamie Vardy. Will Jamie Vardy be having a party on Friday night?
I mean, he would be in anyway, wouldn't he? I mean, party with Mike Ashley a couple of weeks ago. I really hope he doesn't score, you know. I'll be giving him a bit of stick for party with Mike Ashley. I know best people, as Rebecca said, but yeah, he is a threat. He's got a lot of pace, but if we've got three at the back, I think we could have enough to contend with him. I know they'll be looking to get the ball over the top, but we usually sit quite deep away from home, so it will be a tough night for him. It will.
Newcastle go into this Leicester game with a win against Leicester last season, which you were there at. Is there any weaknesses in this Leicester team? Because I'm thinking maybe the age of Wes Morgan, potentially, is maybe even Pereira on that right hand side, at the right back. Is that where we've kind of got a target? Maybe Rondon has to have a bit of a fight almost with Wes Morgan on Friday night.
I think Leicester's biggest weakness is the biggest strength, mate. It's pace. Last year we got rid of them with pace. We used Perez to get in behind, we used Atsu, we used Kennedy to get in behind, and it worked for last year. They've got pacey full-backs, but their centre-backs are very slow, so I'd get at them centre-backs. I mean, last year there's a bit of a difference. They've got Ndidi this year. Last year that Chowdhury, who was very inexperienced at the time, and we got in behind him quite easily, but it's going to be a tough night for. We're going to have to take our chance as well and get in behind. We're going to have to be very clinical, very going to have to be on the mark, like, with counter attacks.
Newcastle, for me, have to try and keep the score at 0-0 before half time, and then Leicester might panic and, you know, they might go for it.
If Leicester score the first goal, we're in a lot of trouble, like.
Kyle, I know you don't like doing predictions, we've mentioned this so many times, but comparing the Crystal Palace game, which you're a bit more confident, are you probably less confident going into this Leicester game?
I hope the comments don't crucify us, but I just think we're going to get beat 2-1. I think Leicester have too much for Newcastle, I'm afraid. I mean, I really hope I'm wrong, because if I am wrong, Newcastle can confirm Premier League status for next season, but Leicester just have too much for us, I think.
We've actually got a prediction out of Kyle. It's taken us till the last 5 games of the season, but we've got a prediction out of Kyle. Yeah, Leicester 2, Newcastle 1 is my prediction as well, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll travel.
Let us know yours and below, though. If you disagree, please Let us know in the comments if you do.
Yeah, be a bit more positive than me and Kyle. But like you say, one more win is needed for Newcastle to stay in the Premier League. Hopefully it is this Friday night. If you're in Leicester, come and say hello to us. If you want to come for a fan cam, be more welcome to do stuff like that for you. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you at the Leicester game on Friday night.